Welcome to County Connection. I'm Sarah Wilkinson, Interim Public Information Officer, and I'm here with the County Commissioners, Commissioner Elizabeth Lawrence, Commissioner Tamara Pogue, and Commissioner Nina Waters. How are you ladies doing today?
Great. Good. Yeah, really happy.
It's great to be here
November.
with you. November.
That's right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes.
We've got some snow. Ski
Yes.
areas are open.
Ski areas are
Right.
open.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am excited to be here with you all, and we are going to start off by asking a couple questions. We heard that there are some updates to the Tenderfoot Open Space Plan, and so could you tell us what's going on there?
So yeah, we've got some openings, or we've got some changes coming to the Tenderfoot Open Space Plan. The Tenderfoot is an area in Keystone, or near Keystone, right across from Summit Cove. And so that area is an area where there's a lot of mountain biking that takes place, also frolfing, what is that? Frisbee golf.
Yes.
I know the shortened version. And then a lot of hiking trails, a lot of open space activities that take place in Tenderfoot. Yeah.
And so the Open Space Director, Catherine King, came to a work session recently, and they're thinking about making some changes to the trails there, I believe, next year, and considering closing some during certain seasons and so can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So we've realized that in the Tenderfoot open space area, there is some migration patterns for various big game, such as elk, deer, and during the wintertime, they use that area to spend time out in the range. So Catherine King came to the county commissioners last week to suggest that we make some changes to the area so that those animals can move around in that space without being interrupted, so that we don't interrupt any of their habitats, any of their mating program, migration patterns, etc., etc. So she made that suggestion to us, and we decided that we would love to honor that, to make sure that our open spaces stay open for not only us, but for our animal friends as well.
Well, that's really exciting. Thanks for sharing a little bit about that. We'll look forward to seeing more of those adjustments coming up in the springtime. You are involved, Nina, in the countywide comprehensive plan.
Yes.
Update.
Very exciting.
Blueprint Summit. What's going on with that right now?
So currently we are still in the process of Blueprint Summit County launched late last month in October. And with that, the comprehensive plan is basically the blueprint or the guidebook that we will be using as county government to implement the policies that our community is asking us to implement. And so it's a big stakeholder process. We are reaching out to all members of our community, no matter big, no matter how small, to get information as to what the future of Summit County will look like. It's been a little bit overdue. The last one was completed, I believe, in
2009.
13 years ago. So obviously a lot has changed in Summit County since then. And so we're looking forward to what the next era of development, of growth, of change, or not, is going to be like. And so we are really relying on our citizens in order to give us that feedback. Currently, right now, we are in the process of gathering feedback and surveys. And so you can actually go online and still fill that out till the end of the month, till November 30th. The way you would find that is to go to blueprintsummitcounty.gov. Also important to note that that survey can also be taken not only in English, but also Spanish, and I believe there's also French.
You can translate the website to many different languages.
Exactly.
And so the questionnaire is on there, and when you click to translate the website, it translates the questionnaire as well.
So almost any language that you can think of. So we look forward to getting your feedback in order for us to make the county your county.
And after phase one and this first survey and questionnaire, they'll be continuing outreach and work with the community, right?
Yes, we'll continue to have those stakeholder meetings. We're really going to be reaching out to you in all ways, shapes, or forms, visiting you at your local brewery, at your daycare center, so on and so forth. And there will be continuous feedback throughout the entirety of the process, which will take about a year.
Great. Thank you. Switching gears a little bit, we are sort of nearing the end of our budget process, Tamara.
Or the beginning.
Or the beginning, hard to know.
Or the beginning.
Yeah.
We were hoping it was the end,
We did,
it might be the beginning. Can you tell us a little bit what's going on in our budget process right now?
So counties have some statutory deadlines we have to meet in terms of passing a budget. We approved our draft budget earlier this month, I think it was. But most of you know Proposition HH was on the ballot and it failed. And so now the governor has convened what's called a special session. So the legislature will be coming back to Denver next week. That's the week before Thanksgiving. And they're going to be taking another look at what they can do around the assessment rates. And basically, you all recall from our prior conversations, the legislature really controls what those assessment rates are. We all know that folks are really struggling with the high cost and high increasing property value in Summit County. And the most effective tool that we have to really create some relief for our taxpayers is with that assessment rate that the legislature controls. So they'll be coming back into session next week. They are tasked really with looking at how they might create some more relief for the taxpayers. But the challenge for counties is we can't really do a budget without knowing what our revenue is going to be. And until the legislature convenes and really passes some new legislation, we won't know what that revenue is going to look like. And so it makes it virtually impossible for us to actually approve a budget, which, as you can imagine, is a little tricky given that we do have to do that by statute by December 15th. So we've been moving through our budget process so far this year. You probably have read in the Daily that we've been having various conversations about various pieces of our budget. The last one last week was around our capital budget. We're very excited that we are prioritizing a lot of different road projects, particularly the repaving of Swan Mountain, which I know I've heard from many of you is a huge priority. So we're excited that, should we be able to figure out what our revenue is actually going to be, we will prioritize that project in next year's budget. So that's a little bit about what's going on. More to come next month on that front once the legislature has figured out what their approach is going to be.
Well, I'm sure we're all literally waiting with bated breath to hear what's going to happen next.
All weekend.
All weekend.
Tuned in, listening to hearings. You might even go down.
I might go down. We'll see.
For some fun.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and it doesn't say that we aren't, like Tamara said, we're playing with multiple iterations of budgets at this moment in time. So it really is, not anybody's guess. We have obviously intentions, but there's a lot that can change with what is handed to us.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Very exciting. Very exciting
Keeps
in the
us
world
up
of county
right
finance.
Now. Yes, for sure. We're just waiting,
that's right.
And it'll be interesting to see what the state does. But also, our expenses have gone up significantly, especially on capital projects. So where we need to get caught up on some road projects, those expenses have not gone down, and so.
We continue to
tough
try and
balance.
find the right balance between knowing that our taxpayers need relief, but also wanting to make sure that we can provide the services that you all count on us to provide. Obviously, we have gotten behind on the maintenance of our roads. I think that's probably the best example of where inflation is having a really big impact, but where we also need to be able to use some additional funds to catch up. And so, we hope that the legislature will keep that balance in mind as they move forward.
Well, thanks. Exciting things happening in lots of areas in Summit County. We recently won an award. We were all very excited. It was the first time that we've won this award. Best of Summit, Place to Work, 20 plus people, 20 more employees. We had some tough competition.
We did.
But tell us more about that, Elizabeth.
Well, super exciting that a government entity won this award. So most people don't think working for the government is the best, but as a board and I would say senior leadership, we've really made a concentrated effort over the last year to change our culture at Summit County government, as well as our policies and just what kind of workplace it is. Coming out of COVID, we realized, well, we need some flexibility for some folks. We need to be more inclusive. We've got to raise our pay to stay with competition and make sure that our employees can stay there and that we can retain them and they can grow in Summit County government. So we were thrilled to receive this award. Very exciting. So Best of Summit, thanks to Summit Daily News and all the voters. It's open to the public. Anyone can go online and vote. And so we were really honored to receive that. Our recruitment and retention rate has just grown exponentially. I think it was a little over a year ago. It was about last September of 2022. I believe we're at a 43% vacancy rate, meaning 43% of our positions were open. It was making it tough to do everything that needed to happen. And now are we at like 90?
I think we're at 95.
Yeah.
95%. Okay, so we only have 5% of positions open. We always have some ongoing positions, Summit stage drivers, sheriff's deputies, and 911 communication operators that are open all the time. But other than that, we only have about a 5% vacancy rate. This is huge. We're really, really excited. And it means a lot, I think, to our community and showing that we're here to serve them and provide a great place for folks to work here in Summit County. So we're excited, happy to be the employer of choice right now, and really a huge kudos to our HR department. We got a new HR director last fall. She's amazing.
Fantastic.
Just amazing. And the staff that she has gotten together, they are wonderful. They have done some really, really great stuff. And I feel that our employees really feel that we care about them. We received an email last week, someone saying, thank you. We had some wellness benefits, and one of our employees finally, for the first time, was able to start going to the gym. They commute from Leadville, and so they found that they could go in Copper because it was on their way home. And it totally changed their life and their health. And so just little things like that we didn't realize would make that much of a difference really, really have. So we're really happy.
Thrilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I love working for Summit County government. It's a great place. You guys have made some really great changes to benefits and programs available for staff, and it shows.
Yeah, we have a great team right now.
We do have a great
I
team.
look at our senior management team, including you, and great folks and people that are excited to be at work, excited to move forward initiatives, and really it's all rooted in what can we continue to do well for this community, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for joining us on County Connection, and we'll see you next time.